12 years ago, a man raped a mother while her children slept in the next room. The man accused of this vicious crime is the same man accused of 6 Ramsey Street rapes that haunted Fayetteville from 2006 to 2008. New at 11, we hear from Candace Castillo, a survivor turned activist who's telling her story for the very first time. A typical Friday night in January of 2008. Candace Castillo had just put her 3-year-old daughter and 21-month-old son to bed. Her husband was away on deployment.
I had lots of guilt because I had this sixth sense that someone may be watching me.
The very moment she drifted to sleep on her couch, her nightmare began.
When I woke up, I really thought I was dreaming. And then for a split second, I thought, is my husband back home? Is he surprising me?
But she soon realized the ugly truth.
He was covering my mouth and choking me and positioning my head so that I couldn't scream. And he started walking me into the bedroom.
Candace became the 6th victim of the Ramsey Street Rapist. As the man forced her to the bedroom, she claims he threatened to hurt her young daughter, a threat that's haunted her for years.
She actually is the one that he threatened that if I went to the police, if I told anyone, he would find out and he would find her and he would kill her.
But refusing to be a victim, she focused on ways to make sure her attacker would be caught.
I was a little bit defiant in that I was figuring out, what can I have him do? I need fingerprints. I need him to leave stuff behind so that we can find him.
After the assault, police recovered DNA evidence from the door she refused to close and from the buttons on her pants that she made him take off. They also took DNA from the bed sheets and lifted fingerprints from the window screen he climbed in and out of. But even with all of the evidence, the man from her nightmare still walked the streets.
We put in a security system, and I was so afraid to leave the house because I didn't know who he was.
But 12 years later, police turned to a genealogy website, and with the help of the DNA evidence from her case and 5 others, they arrested and charged Darrell Wayne Bowden in 2018.
When he said those words, "We got him," I had to take a moment, but I was elated, and I didn't realize all the burden that I had let be on my shoulders, and at that moment, they were gone.
While Bowden awaits trial in 2021, Candace has found strength in her marriage and just recently told her children what happened that night. The daughter whose life was threatened as a 3-year-old is now 15, and one of the reasons Candace is now opening up.
My daughter's the one that said, "Mom, you should do something. You need to tell your story." And so I knew that I always wanted to use this negative experience and make it positive.
What a strong woman for telling her story. After the assault, and in a bit of irony, Candace tells me her attacker climbed out of the window. He wanted her to lock the window so that no one could ever get in and hurt her again. Coming up in part 2 of her story that you can watch on CBS17.com, we dig deeper into the timeline of the rapes and why Candace feels the man accused should never have been back on the streets to commit these crimes.